Hello and welcome. You join me on this very chilly morning in the UK. It's absolutely freezing. I haven't started the car since probably a good week or so, and it's a block of ice. So we're just sat here on the driveway, letting the engine warm up a bit, defrosting the window. I can't see anything, so I can't actually drive anywhere just yet. The drive's going to be an interesting one. It's motorway most of the way, so the road should be okay. Just about ready to go. So we've just cleared the windows. The car is now safe to drive. So we're heading up to a place called RPM Technik, and they are going to be installing my first modification for me. First of all, we have to get out of the driveway where I live, which will highlight one of my major annoyances with the Gt4 so far. So, as you can see, we're having to go backwards. Visibility not so great.
Head south on Grasmere Road towards Copthorne Drive.
Thank you, Google. Always informative. So we're going backwards. I can't see anything out my driveway, and the angle we have to leave my driveway, well, we're pretty much going to be horizontal.
Head west on Guildford Road towards Levels Close.
Someone's letting us out. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Some people are just too kind, aren't they? The most inconvenient thing so far that I found with the car has to be just how low it sits. I mean, I've had low cars in the past and it's been okay, but I think just the nature of the front end, I think just the nature of the front end with that splitter and how exaggerated it is from the front bumper, I can't get out of my driveway forwards. I always have to go backwards, and I always have to go backwards and out in the same direction, which doesn't help because the majority of the time the direction I need to go is the other way, because the motorway is the other way. So we're on our way now up to RPM Technik. They're a Porsche specialist, independent, and they offer a variety of services such as servicing, maintenance, repairs, modifications, upgrades, tuning. They've also got a decent car sales as well. It's going to be very interesting taking a look to see what they've got in. They've got some really special cars online, so quite excited to go and see some of those. So what we're going to get done today is the valve controller by Car Graphic. They're a German company, and what the valve controller does, it's a little unit that sits between the sensor that open and closes the valves on the exhaust. So even though this has the sports exhaust, even if you have it on, which opens the valves, it still closes the valves between, I think it's 1,500 and 4,000 RPM. So regardless of whatever the setting is on here, the valves will always be closed during that rev range. So that does take a lot of the excitement out of the car, and it takes a lot of the sound out of the car too. Because most of the time when you're just driving on the roads, you're going to be in that rev range. So it does sound quite muted. So it does sound quite muted in here. We're on the motorway now, we're just cruising in 6, we're travelling at 60, and we're sitting just above 2k revs, and you can barely hear the exhaust. And if I turn on and off the sports exhaust, there's no difference in sound because the valves are just shut.
In half a mile, use the middle lane to take the exit towards M25.
So this car sounds best when you start it and when you're pulling off, but then as soon as you pull off, that noise level just drops and the drama just drops, and it just doesn't sound that good. So what the valve controller does is just tell the sensor just to keep the valves open all the time. It doesn't interfere with any of the sensors on the dash or the ECU. It's completely unintrusive in that way. So it's a relatively safe modification to do, and the difference it makes to the sound is just incredible. We've just had my modification done on my car, my GT4's right here. So we've got the valve controller installed now. So big shout out to Ricky, giving me the guided tour behind the scenes of all the different workshops and areas in RPM Technik. So much going on there behind the scenes, it's ridiculous, and so much car. You've got your everyday customers cars, and then you've got the race cars that are being worked on. Just so much stuff. Let's have a look at some of the cars out in the front. What we're going to do now is start to head back, test out the valve controller, hopefully get some footage on the way. Almost done with our journey now. We've just spent last half hour or so on the motorway. Just been cruising between 2,000, 3,000 RPMs. The valve controller's open now, and we're sitting at just over 2k RPMs. You can hear the difference. You can hear the low end of the exhaust now, but still inside the cabin. There's no drone. There's not, it's not too overpowering. As you start to downshift, you can start to hear it a bit more. It's definitely more enjoyable, that's for sure. You just feel like the exhaust now matches what the engine is doing. So there's now the connection between the two. The sound between the two now is in sync, I would say. Nino, Nino, Nino. Oh, what's going on over here? Oh dear. Looks like someone's had a bad time over there. Busy, 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 busy. Busy. Thank you, thank you. If you're on the fence about doing it, or even if you've never heard of it and you've just stumbled across it, then definitely do it. Definitely do this before you buy an aftermarket exhaust. Not see the difference, but hear the difference in the sound. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I mean, I can't say I'm too interested about an aftermarket exhaust now, after hearing the difference between the controller before and after. But I guess everyone has their own preference. For me, this is enough sound. I don't want it to be any louder. There we go, that just about finishes our trip and the video for today. Again, massive shout out to everyone at RPM Technik. Super helpful, gave me so much information along the way. And a huge thanks to Ricky for showing me around behind the scenes at RPM Technik. They've got the two showrooms with their sale cars, but then behind that there's just so much work going on. Engine rebuilds, actual race cars, cup cars that are coming in to be prepared for the new seasons. Yeah, it was a real eye-opener to what they do, and just super knowledgeable and friendly. So if you're in the UK, getting anything done with your Porsche, definitely check them out. If you like this video, please share, subscribe, like. Yeah, hopefully I'll make some more videos.